What's up, people? I just got a little more off the cuff video, something I didn't really take a whole lot of notes for. Yeah, just after work, it's the first day of winter. Just finally started snowing. You see that? So yeah, it's cold. Surprisingly, I'm actually doing okay. I turned on some Owl City songs about winter and I'm doing fine. But here's some thoughts I've been thinking about lately. While I was mopping, I work at a Catholic church. I may have mentioned that last video. While I was mopping, I started thinking about this idea of awareness, and specifically as Christians, and how we need awareness in our lives. I know this could mean probably several different things to you, but I mean something specific-ish. So the first thing that came to my mind on how to explain this is the awareness stat in Madden. So you might not know Madden well, but track with me. In Madden, if you played it enough, you've cheated probably several times with your siblings or friends. Each player in Madden has a list of stats, how good they are. Like speed, strength, awareness is one of them, which we're going to talk about. Take speed, for example. If you have someone with 0 speed, they're really slow, or 15 or 20 speed, they're really low. But if they have 99 speed, they're really fast. So a player with higher stats, more of these categories at a higher level, the better you are. Now, I started thinking about, there's a stat called awareness, which is probably everyone who plays Madden a lot knows what this is, but doesn't really think about it much or honestly care about it. But I think this stat, at least in reality, maybe not in the game itself, but at least in real life, it actually is really important. If a player has really good awareness, or maybe situational awareness, it can really benefit the team so they don't go running the absolute wrong direction. And maybe they can score, get a first down, touchdown, it can highly benefit the team. If a player has really bad awareness, it can really hurt the team. Like, for example, this never happens, but I think this only happened like once in the NFL, but if a player starts running the opposite direction, that's horrible field awareness, and they score a touchdown for the other team, or safety. If a player has really good awareness, maybe they'll see a player typically people wouldn't see that are trying to tackle them, and then they can juke out of it or do a move. Now, if a player has really bad awareness, they could actually get seriously injured. So just to say, if a player has good awareness, he can really help the team and perhaps help himself. But if you're helping yourself here, you're helping the team. If you have bad awareness, you can really hurt the team, and you can really hurt yourself, get yourself hurt. And I think at least this idea, this really translates well to being a Christian, and especially being in the church, being in the body of believers, which is what we're all called to do. If we have really good awareness, we can really help each other out greatly. We can be a huge blessing to one another, and we can really expand the kingdom. If we have really bad awareness, which I know I've seen plenty of, we can actually hurt each other pretty badly just from not just paying attention. And I have a few examples here. For example, if you're at a church or at a Christian club, which I'm a part of, or I don't know, name the gathering, and maybe not even at a Christian event, but other events or anything, anywhere in life. I'll use church or a Christian gathering, for example. Someone is just sitting by themselves somewhere. A lot of us just don't even think about that, but it's just aware of like how bad that sucks, and to go talk with them. And if someone needs help, I don't know, carrying something, they look like they're struggling or have a lot of work to do cleaning up, or if you're talking with someone, looks stressed or sad or mad. Now, you can obviously picture those scenarios, and it's obvious to think about what you should do there. But I think a key problem here is that we just don't even like notice these situations. If someone just alone or sitting by themselves at youth group or a Christian club or a church, you know to go walk up to them and try talking with them, maybe even sit at them the whole time instead of like with your normal friends. If someone needs help, like if they're cleaning up, like if you see that, a lot of us are willing to go and help them. And if someone is stressed, looks like really sad or is angry, or if someone looks like really depressed, like we know not just to be gloating about all the good things going on our lives, but the real problem here is that we don't notice these situations, oftentimes at least. I think there's another message to be said about actually going and do these things. A lot of us are selfish and don't want to do those things. And if that's you, I'd really encourage you to check yourself and stop being so selfish, darn you. At least I'm speaking to the people who are willing to, that just don't notice these things. Like I've had talks with friends where they just said like, oh, I just didn't think about that. Like that would have been a good idea, but I just didn't think about that. Which is really hard, because like if you just don't think, it doesn't go through your brain, how do you do it? So I struggled with that for a while, but I think what we need to do is to get better at noticing, but get better at thinking about and focusing on these things, because people can get seriously, I think, hurt. Like if you have a big core group at a club, and I keep using Christian club because I'm part of a Christian club. It's just my life, but insert your, whatever you're part of here. But if you have a big, like a core group of people that are just really good friends, you might be super open to people coming and joining you for that group, but maybe you just don't notice them. And there are plenty of people that you can just invite and to come along, like just a simple idea like that, which would obviously be a huge blessing and an awesome idea. But honestly, if you don't do that, and here's where you can actually hurt people having awareness. If you don't do something like that, it can really come off of being cliquey and just unloving, and like you feel unwelcome, and that can seriously hurt, even though you have no intention of that. Depending on the scenario, because there are complicated scenarios, that group could be responsible. And I'm not going to be speaking like generally, like definitely is, but I think possibly. So that's a few. Those are a few concepts of this idea. And definitely, like us being different people, having different gifts, we can notice different things better, which is why I want more Christians to do this. Maybe I'm not emotionally aware of somebody, and I'm just like telling them about my good day, and they look obviously sad, and someone can maybe bump my shoulder just to tell me to cut it out, or vice versa for other things where we can just help each other out. But I'm mostly worried that a lot of Christians are just kind of just selfish in their thinking and where they put their focus. And they're just thinking about themselves. Maybe they're really pursuing Jesus hardcore. And man, I'm so grateful for that alone. But perhaps just in the church, you're at least only really looking for yourself, how you're feeling, or you're not really looking out for others. And you're just getting, or perhaps you're just really busy with everything going on in life. And that's understandable. I just think people are just so much more important than that. There's just this one concept in a book I read called The Great Divorce by C.S. Lewis, where in there it's just about people coming from hell. It's a what if scenario if they could take a bus ride to heaven and have conversations with people that are in heaven. And just it constantly is, it's a book with a whole bunch of conversations, and constantly throughout the book, person in hell after person in hell having conversations. It's just so apparent they can't possibly take their focus off themselves. And some of them are like, they're even talking about having a Bible study in hell where they just can't get their focus off of themselves so much that they can't even see Jesus or see that they're in hell. And this is an extreme example, and I'm honestly not calling out Christians or who aren't Christians, and I'm not talking about a salvation issue here. But I guess I wanted to use an extreme example. I don't know, perhaps point out to you, and I have no clue who you are just watching this video, that maybe you have this harbored inside of you. So I just want to encourage you. I don't want to beat you down. I don't want to say, hey, you're being a terrible Christian. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to call you to live better for Jesus, if you can see that. I want to encourage you. I don't want you to feel guilty. I think shame can be healthy. I think there is a healthy shame, but I'm not calling you, I'm not trying to make you feel guilty. I just want to call you and encourage you to be a better Christian. Maybe you see this in your life, and I think that's what the church is all about. So that's kind of why I wanted to make this video with some thoughts, and hopefully this is encouraging and not too scatterbrained. But yeah, I just really hope and pray that you and the person, whoever you are I'm talking to, that you would just seek the Lord a little harder and just try to refocus your brain. And I know it's hard. I fall all the time. I stumble. I'm not always aware. I'm not the expert, but I'm just trying to share thoughts and hopefully to edify the body. So hope you have a good week. Stay strong in the Lord. Take care.